Good morning, Service Alliance Group. This is Miss Ward and TK, bringing it to you as always on Thursday. The question is, are you still on track with your goals for 2024? Let's go get it.
Let's get it. What's going on, everybody? Thank you, Miss Ward. I know for me, it's been a heck of a beginning to 2024. So I'm just looking forward to what this year brings. Looking forward to this first quarter and getting things rolling. And I'm excited. I really am excited about everything that's going on. And also trying to stay strategic. Strategic in my planning and my goal setting and time management. That's a big thing for me this year. So I'm excited. We got a brother Joe Seeley checking in this morning. Good to see you, Joe. Always nice to have you. Got our boy EJ. EJ said goals morning, y'all. Got our boy Adam checking in. Mr. Schwiegel. Nice to see you, sir. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. I've always said Schwiegel. It's probably Schweigel or something like that. I'm butchering it. I'm winning this year with the help of the Lord. There you go. We got JoJo in the house. Well, I'm gonna pray us up, Miss Ward, and then we're gonna get right into this thing, if that's cool with you.
Let's get it.
All right. Lord, we just thank you for another day. Oh God, we thank you for breath. We thank you for warm shelter to wake up in, a warm bed, and thank you for food on the table and money in the bank account and all the little things that we take for granted, Lord. The time with loved ones and cars that start every morning, hopefully, and the ability to take care of our families and help others. Just help us to focus on the positive and put the things that don't matter behind us. Help us to reach towards the goals that you've given us. And thank you for giving us purpose. Thank you for this community. Thank you for allowing us to meet in the mornings and just get focused on our days. I pray for every family represented here, every business represented here, that you would just continue to use us and guide us. And it's in your son's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right. I got a quick verse and we're going to get right into this. Me and Ms. Ward got stuff to do, so we might be chopping out a little early this morning, but we love you guys. All right, our verse for today comes from my favorite book in the Bible, the old nugget of wisdom from Proverbs. I say this every time I quote a proverb, but if you don't read Proverbs, you're missing out. Because it was a struggle this morning. There were so many good nuggets in Proverbs 18. Proverbs 18 it might be one of my favorite. Like, I started reading through it, and I was like, oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. But when I read this one, I thought about Miss Ward, because Miss Ward is always pressing you guys to keep learning. She's always pressing you guys to step your game up. So I'm dedicating this scripture to Miss Ward. It says, Proverbs 18 verse 15 says, intelligent people are always ready to learn. Their ears are open for knowledge. Proverbs talks a lot about knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And I absolutely love it when someone is eager to learn, because there's so much knowledge to be gained out there, whether it's tech knowledge to be a better tech, business knowledge to be a better business owner, family knowledge to be a better spouse or parent or friend or whatever. There's so much knowledge out there. But knowledge will only get you so far. You have to make knowledge become wisdom. Because when knowledge is gained, you have that knowledge in your head. But once you apply it to your life, once you take the things that you're learning and apply it to your life, then you get wisdom. And that's the hard part. Learning the stuff is actually the easy part. But applying it to your life and making it wisdom, they call it sage wisdom because you learn it, you apply it, and then the understanding comes. So you have knowledge, you have wisdom, and knowledge applied equals wisdom. And then with that wisdom applied, you gain understanding. You say, oh, this makes sense now. If I do XYZ, it equals this. If I do this in my life, this is going to happen. And you see the fruit of it. That's the beautiful thing. When you surround yourself with wise people, man, there were some nuggets in Proverbs this morning. When you surround yourself with wise people that are dropping knowledge bombs on you, and then you apply it to your life, you start to understand better. Man, these people actually know something. I see what Miss Ward was saying when she was talking about this, that, and the other. I get what Doug meant last Monday when he was talking about this, that, or the other. So gain knowledge, and there's a verse that talks about seek knowledge and wisdom, but with everything that you're learning and applying to your life, seek to understand the outcome. Because the knowledge and wisdom is awesome, but when you get that understanding of it, that you understand why the outcome came the way it did, that's the real meat and potatoes of the matter. So awesome verse. If you have a chance today, go read Proverbs 18. It's not a very long chapter. Let me see. It's got 24 verses. And every day of the month, there's a different proverb for you. You can go in there and read it. You don't even have to believe in the Bible, and you're going to get something out of it. Another one, I'm just going to drop this little nugget too, because it was too good. Where is it? Fools' words get them into constant quarrels. They're asking for a beating. The mouths of fools are their ruin. They trap themselves with their lips. Oh boy, I didn't do that one. That's an extra credit for you, Miss Ward. And not that that has anything to do with you. I'm saying there's some other people out there that should probably listen to that one.
Yeah, we all know them. Trust me.
Yeah, so how's those goals going, everybody? How's those goals going for you, Miss Ward? You doing good?
Let me tell you something. The operative word in January is to avoid the distractions. Distractions are going to come to you in January like meteors. They're going to just be dropping out the sky like shooting stars because you have goals. We all know that when we put our mind to do something, all of a sudden stuff you didn't even think about just start popping up. The reality is whenever you're focused, what you focus on is what you excel in. That's where your attention goes, is where you excel. So for me, it's been interesting. I'm popping off great at the beginning of the year, got everything in order. Like I told you before before we start taping, about my daughter and the concussion, you know what I mean? And her being an equestrian and horseback rider, and my concerns, those type of things. So at the end of the day, life is going to happen. Life is going to keep lifing. The key is what discipline, structure, and self accountability do you have in place to keep track, to stay on track. It reminds me, what you just said remind me of a quote from Abu Bakr, and it's, without knowledge, action is useless, and knowledge without action is futile. That is so true. Everything is about execution, and at the same time, when you feel like you failing, you got to forgive yourself. You feel me? The problem is a lot of times we stop our toe, it doesn't turn out the way we like, and we losing our mind. And we're beating ourselves up. Like I see it, like I'm guilty of it because I'm so hard on myself. People think I'm hard on them, but I'm super hard on me. So I have to give my own self grace. So you got to put your stuff in place and keep going, because don't get discouraged because it doesn't turn out, or you got this big plan and you hit an obstacle here, you hit an obstacle there. Guess what? That's life. And that's really like working out. You got to hit some boulders and push some weight in order to your skill set and your endurance.
Absolutely. Yeah. I couldn't agree more. When you think about the race of life and this race that we're in, and it's a marathon. And no matter where you are in the race, whether you're doing great now and you're just plowing towards the finish line on fire, doing great, or whether you're really struggling and the distractions and the obstacles and the hardships are coming at you, the one thing you have to remember is that this is only one leg of the race. No matter how this leg goes, you just got to keep pushing forward, and being determined that you are going to finish strong. Because like Miss Ward said, we got to give ourselves grace. I don't think I know Miss Ward says it all the time, and my wife actually says that all the time, is another reason I love it so much. She's always reminding me and reminding the kids, give yourself some grace. We're all, as believers, we all always say to give others grace, and we're thankful for God's grace and all that stuff. But don't forget to give yourself some grace. You're a flawed individual, just like me and Miss Ward and everybody else. So when you're out there doing this and doing your best, even when you don't do your best, even when you really F it up and mess up bad, give yourself some grace. Because the Proverbs, we'll go back to the Proverbs. The Proverbs say that the just man falleth 7 times, but riseth up again. If you're in a fall down, get back up and keep going. If you're looking at your goals, we're going to do these goal check-ins every once in a while. I think it's an important thing. But if we're doing this goal check-in this morning, you're like, man, I'm already messing up. You know what the enemy wants you to do? He wants you to stay discouraged. He wants you to stay frustrated. He wants you to sit there and loathe and say, man, I've already messed up my goals for 2024. But guess what? Guess what you need to do? You need to say, okay, today's a new day. I haven't been doing great on my goals so far, but today's a new day. I'm going to get my ass out there. I'm going to rock and roll, and I'm going to go get it like Miss Ward said I should. I'm going to go get it. I'm going to go out there, and I'm going to start doing some goals today. Hey, maybe you didn't even write down any goals. Maybe you just kind of barely made it through 2023. Write down some goals today, or write down one small goal to motivate you. Because as we know from our favorite book, The Atomic Habits, it's small little things that add up to big things. I'm very thankful for the people that are around me, and I don't take them for granted. But if you don't have some good people around you to encourage you and motivate you, if you don't have some EJs and some Miss Wards and some Doug Shears and some Zach Kreiders and Mike Carsons in your life, get those people in your life. And I just named a few of the people that I'm thankful for. Because those are the people that are going to motivate you. If you haven't joined a mastermind group or any type of peer group type thing, get those people around you, because those people are important. I wanted to pop this up, Miss Ward, because nobody's sharing their goals. I guess nobody has any goals, but that's okay, guys. If you don't have goals or you don't feel like sharing them, that's perfectly fine. Drop any of your prayer requests in the chat, because I truly believe that praying for one another is important. I'll give you guys a prayer request for me. Pray for my wife and her medical stuff. We appreciate the prayers, but we're still going through that. I'd like to say everything's on the up and up, but everything's still crazy. So we need your prayers, and we're trusting God, and we truly appreciate any prayers. So if you have a prayer, drop it in the chat. Obviously, we'll be praying for everybody's businesses in 2024 and going into this next month. But today Date is the 18th of January. You're over halfway through the first month of the first quarter of this new year. Take the time to make some moves. Take the time to set some goals. And if you're feeling burnt out already, if you're going into 2024 and you're saying, man, I'm already feeling burnt out, take some time to yourself. Take some time to just focus and relax and get away. Even if it's just a long weekend, take off a Friday or Monday for a long weekend. Or if that's not your Gipper wheel, rock and roll even harder than you ever have. Just go out there and kill it. What you got, Ms. Ward?
Yeah. Well, this is what I got. While you were talking, these things dropped in my spirit. This is the time to come out of that isolationist mentality. What I find with a lot of, particularly these one man shops, they trying to do everything, which is fine. We've all been there. Okay. But I think it's imperative that you understand you need help and that you get some humility. And I don't care if you approach somebody, they reject you or they treat you some kind of way. Because I know those guys who you talk to them sideways, or and you don't know what's going on with that person. They could be dealing with issues at home or work or whatever, and they might want to help you, but their plate's full. So they might come off a certain way. But get the help you need and allow your business to grow and breathe and have a shoulder to cry on, because you get out here and it ain't what you think. And that's what Miss Ward is always saying. Don't fall for the glitz and glam, because in order to get to the other side, you got to get it out the mud. That's one thing. The other thing I want people to understand is that challenges come up to force you to adjust, because some of y'all hard-headed. You're not going to put systems in place until you get your panties in a bunch and something happens. You feel me? So try to avoid it. And when it happens, take it as a lesson, not a loss. And I think that's about opening your mind, exposing yourself to other things. Because when I sit and I watch sometimes these comments in the groups, or when people say something, when I look at your bank account and I listen to what you say, if I listen to you talk, I know what's in your bank account, period. Because I already understand where your head at. You out here on that treadmill. The goal is to put things in place so you can not only breathe and grow, because you got to get back to why you even got into appliance repair. Why did I like doing this? So whatever's distracting you, you need to either put somebody in place to handle it, some AI system, something you can manage to get back to the enjoyment of it. Like when he was talking about take a vacation or take some time, what I do now is I shut everything down if I'm home, and I go and I do Gordon Ramsay and Emery Lagasse, because I like culinary stuff. Like if you look at the early days in my channel, I used to always be cooking stuff and talking at the same time, because that's my therapy. So you got to find that thing that you like. You follow me? That thing that balances you, so you can be that 360 person when you're going to these customers' homes, when you're dealing with things. See, part of the thing with me, I had to adjust myself in 2024 because I'm so focused with systems. So I know if I get off my system, my outcome's going to be different. So I disciplined myself to the point it was painful, like I was a robot. But that's because my mind kind of works that way. So then I had to bring the balance in. Like I'm always telling EJ and TK, I'm not trying to show people the softer side of Sears. Well, Miss Ward's going to have to show the softer side in 2024, because it's about evolution and elevation. That's all I got. That's my share for the day.
That was good stuff. I mean, and you talking about you doing the cooking and the things that you are, those things that give you some relief and some ground yourself in. That stuff's important, man. Whatever your thing is outside of appliance repair, we all have our thing. Everybody knows my thing. My thing is picking. I'm a picker. I like going to yard sales. I like going to thrift stores. I was at the bin store yesterday with my daughter. Me and my wife swap out date nights with the kids once a week. So 1 week she'll take a kid, 1 week I'll take a kid. I asked my daughter what she wanted to do. She said she wanted to, EJ's coming in. She said she wanted to go to the bins with Dad, and then after that, come home and make milkshakes, homemade milkshakes, and
Oh,
watch
oh,
a movie. So
that's
it was,
so
and
sweet.
that's my thing. That's what gives me peace and joy. And added bonus, it also makes me money. It doesn't make me rich by any means of the word, but it does make me money. I guess I'm a little bit selfish in the fact that I like hobbies that still make me money in some way, shape, or form. What's up, Mr. Kreider in the house? Man, I'm not trying to give Miss Ward away by any way, shape, or form, but Miss Ward and Zach's chemistry last week was absolutely amazing. I think what we need to do, and I'm going to talk to the morning grind crew. I think we need to start mixing it up a little bit because as much as I love Miss Ward, I truly enjoyed watching Zach and Miss Ward's chemistry last week. I don't know if y'all felt it, but I felt it. And I also miss doing morning grinds with Mike and Doug and EJ and the rest of the gang. But we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to share a few of these goals that people have. One of Mike's goals is for this year is to get his SOPs updated. This is super important, you guys. If you have not updated your SOPs in a few years, really, if you haven't gone over your SOPs in the last 6 months, you need to. EJ is going to hop in here as soon as we're ready to get off. I can already tell. Hey, buddy.
Am I on now?
You're choppy, but you're on. We can see you, but you're frozen. Joe said, Mr. Seeley said, surrounding yourself with people to keep you on task and hold you accountable and do it for them in return. We will rise together. That's so true. I miss Joe's in the mastermind. I truly miss my mastermind. I went through some things and took some time away from my mastermind, and I truly do miss it. So I need to hop back into a mastermind of some way, shape, or form, even if my old crew won't have me back. Hopefully they will. EJ, why don't you talk about this since you posted it?
Am I clear and unchoppy now?
You're here, buddy.
No?
Yeah, you are.
Am I choppy? All right. Well, I had to
No,
get
you're
on
good
because you guys are asking where everybody else is with their goals, but you didn't even talk about yours yet. So I'm gonna go first. I had 3 goals that I shared the first week of the year, if you remember, and you said you'd hold me accountable for them. So number 1, 5K emergency fund by the end of this month, and I'm at 4, so we're well on our way, and everything's still getting paid. We rocking. Number
That's
2
awesome.
was to pay off my first vendor. It was $3,100 because I'm getting rid of the vendor credit, and I've paid $1,000 down on that, and so we got $2,100 left, and we've been buying all of our parts with money that's in the bank, not adding any more. And number 3 was read 2 books a month, and I've got half of one. So there's that.
Yeah, well, on Freestyle Friday.
Hey, good
Go
job,
ahead,
DJ.
teacher.
I'm proud of you, brother. That's good stuff.
Yeah. Well, while you over there bragging, sir, there's people who need that structure. They need to understand how you're able to accomplish it and what tools you're using. Because one of the biggest struggles as a business owner is keeping the accounts in order, funneling the money where, we all know about profit first, but do we apply it? For real. So, yeah. So on your
Yeah.
you might want to consider that on Freestyle Friday, man, because people want to know. Miss Ward want to know for real.
Who's I want to know who's on tomorrow with the EJ.
I think it's Shayna and Jenny.
Okay. Well, I will tell you this, Jenny. If anybody will keep you straight on your goals, it's Jenny Seeley. That girl don't play. I'm gonna tell you right now. She
I'll tell you
quite the motivator, if you will.
this is the secret weapon in our match.
Exactly.
I'm not sure what that means. Good morning, EJ. You made your goal your big. Well, I'll share mine, and then we're gonna wrap this up. My biggest goal this year is a goal I've had for the past 3 years, and that's inventory. I have tried so many different things. I've done spreadsheets. I've done a lot of different stuff. But we finally decided to try the Easy Stock app. And so far, so good. I like it. It's easy to use. We got our first truck completely inventoried. You guys that know us know that we run a ridiculous amount of inventory in our vans. And it took about a good 6 to 8 hours to inventory one van. But it's going to be so worth it to have that hard set inventory of what's on these vans, and then an easy way to manage it going in and going out. And I know one of the biggest struggles for companies is inventory. So we're rocking and rolling on that. And not only, and here's the thing, goals are only goals if you make time for them. I have scheduled the second Tuesday of every single month of this year to work on inventory. So me and one of my techs or one of my people are off the second Tuesday of each month. It doesn't matter. It's got to get done. And it's only going to get done if I make time for it. I can set an inventory goal all I want to, but if I don't schedule time to work on the inventory, it's not going to happen. So what did I do? I made a schedule. I have a team schedule for my entire team. And Tuesday's my day where we do different things outside of running service calls and doing normal stuff. So I made that time. So listen to me. Whatever your goal is, make time to work on it. I want to get my inventory straight. The second Tuesday of every month, I got 12 days of the year, right? There's 12 opportunities for me to work on this inventory. If I can't get this inventory done in 96 hours, then something's wrong with me. So we're going to run lean, we're going to run efficient, and we're going to start making some serious cheddar. And that's all I got for you guys. Go out there and kill it today. EJ, you want to wrap us up, bud, since you were the last one in?
Yeah. I'm a piggyback on what Miss Ward said earlier before I hopped on. Remember why you're doing this. Whether it's appliance repair, why you want to have an emergency fund, why you want to take 4 vacations a year, why you want $1 million personal sale. He's going to hit it too. I promise. Zach going to hit it. He got you, dude. But there's 2 secrets, and TK hit one, the support group. But that other one is big, the why. Because every day I get up and I have to go out and accomplish these goals, it ain't about hitting the goal. It's about hitting the why. If that why is bigger than any challenge that you have, you're going to get up out of the bed and you're going to go out and you're going to do it every day. And then you got that support system in your corner where you can call them throughout the day, ask for encouragement, give encouragement, where you can brag safely and pump each other up. That's the key. You have to have that constant accountability and support. But that why, don't sleep on the why. That was gold, Miss Ward. So
that's right.
Out there, figure out your why and go get it.
All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. As always, we appreciate watching. None of y'all dropped any prayer requests, but we're going to pray for you anyway. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for EJ and the ladies of the industry, Miss Jenny Seeley and Shayna. Oh, there's a gnat and a bug in my house. But either way, we will see you next week. Keep working on those goals and make sure that you go over to Solid Steps to Wealth, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will catch y'all next week. Peace.